What's up? What's up? Excuse me, manas. Try it again. Good night, peoples. that was a bad loss, right? Welcome to Celtics be balling. Celtics be balling. First half, I didn't even say we had control of the game, but we had the lead going into the half. Did I feel comfortable? A little bit, but we had a 7 point lead. I think it was what 50. It was 57, 50. So we had a 7 point lead, but it was still a close point. It was still close at that point. But I was encouraged because we had 18 assists. And when they showed that before halftime, I'm like, okay. We wasn't moving. We wasn't shooting well in the first, but we still had control. Because I'm gonna talk about it a little more, but see, Embiid was cooking in the second half. Cooking. So shout outs to Philly. Now we gotta go back to Philly, beat y'all in Philly. So we see y'all Thursday. Know what I mean? Who's the pressure on? We played a bad game. 11 points in the fourth quarter. That was the lowest output all season. 11 points. We missed 14 consecutive shots. I don't think we're going to do that at any time. Hopefully. But I don't think we're going to do that anytime going forward. Whichever it ends. Even if, you know what I mean, take it to a game 7 or whatever. I don't think so. And I'm just confident in night. And I mean, no disrespect to Philly. Y'all won a game. I mean, y'all came and did y'all Embiid, especially Embiid, did its thing in the second half. What everybody asked for, I'm sure the Philly fans be asking for. My man, take it to the paint. Take it to the paint. Which he did. We still had like more paint points. But he did what he was supposed to do because I think he was like over 4 in the first half. I'm like, why you keep? That's why I always every time I watch the game because I like Joel as a player. He has his ways, but every player has their ways. But I actually like Joel as a player. I respect his game, and you know, like I said before, a couple podcasts ago. Excuse me. Excuse me. Man, I said a couple podcasts ago. Even with like a half, like 50% Embiid, or not, well, it's not 50%, but like he hit the percent. You know, he cooks, he put in work, but you could tell he was before he got hurt. And I mean, shout out to him. He got his knee banged or something. Went out for like a little bit and came back in. I thought it was done for the game. I didn't think they was going to chance it, but then the game was still kind of close. And then it was cooking a little bit when he was out freaking Drummond. Drummond got what 4 threes this series so far. Drummond doing his thing, man. I don't know how much minutes he played. Let me check it though. I don't think he played that much minutes. Drummond played 7 minutes, 5 points. He hit it on free throws too. 4 boards. But his 7 minutes, he did his thing. It's a little off topic, but at the end of the game, I seen Kyle Lowry in the game. You know, when everything was sealed up and wrapped. But I think it was game 3. Well, y'all won game 2. It might have been game 2. Or it might have been the last game when we played y'all. But I seen him on the bench, and I'm like, is he hurt? I'm like, why is he not playing? And then I just figured he was hurt. Something happened. But Then he comes in and play whatever. Let me see how much. I don't know what about minutes. He played 2 minutes at the end. But even before the game got out of hand, if he was available, I said, excuse me, I don't know his status from previous to him playing this game, and they didn't say him. They showed him on the bench a couple times, Cardinals players, whatever, talking to Maxey and VJ. But if he was available, why won't Nick Nurse put him in earlier? And hey, kudos to him on the bench, because that might have changed the tide, and we might have not have been up 3-1 at the end of the third game. Now it's 3-2. Back to Philly. Like I said, I ain't taking nothing away from Philly on thing, but if like we're not gonna have, and can't say it's not gonna happen, and then we have 9 points, but I don't think we're gonna miss 14 consecutive shots again, and I don't think we're gonna score 11 points in the fourth again. But saying that, it was kind of dicey in the first quarter. That's why I was in like, okay. Because that first quarter was kind of shaky until like we made a couple shots at the end. Nimi was in foul trouble again. This game, I'm not gonna say the referees whatever. Maybe one call. They get 5 fouls. But it was Nimi picking up fouls today. This gotta play better. But playing Joel, that's easy to say, especially I'm sitting down podcasting. So, and then I wanted Joel to play too, just the fact so Nimi could get this experience going forward. I don't think I said that before. I definitely thought it, but I wanted Joel to play because I thought we would win, even with Joel playing, because we be beating Philly all the time. But it'll be a good game. You see me? And then it's a new season. So just because we beat you all them years there from year to 2, this could be our year. If it was the series was closer and then y'all just down 1. But I don't see us losing 3 games in a row. And then especially how we played so incohesive in the second half. We only had 39 points, either 39 or 40 points. I think it was 39 points in the whole second half. So basically, that was the third quarter. Hey, let me see if I beat. So we had 29, and then my last pod, I was saying well, anyone who watch basketball knows like if any teams get 30 points, that's usually not a good quarter. Even if you score, that's not. Even if you score more, that's not good. That's not. I mean, that's not good. I said I like it between like keep them below 25, whatever. Start panic a little bit, like 28 and above. 26 like okay. Made went on a run. In the first quarter, we was up by 2. It was 23-21. But that third quarter, Philly had 35 points. We had 29. We've been struggling in the third quarters, man. Even though we won their last quarter, last game, man, top about we scored, I think, 39. And then they had 30, Philly had 36. And then I remember because they're saying the Toronto and the Pistons game, they had a total of 38 to 36 or 37 to 36. So they were saying we scored more in a quarter than both teams scored in a half. them at the top of the last game. So back to what I'm saying, that's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. All right. And I said we missing 14 consecutive shots. And so not taking away nothing from Philly because Philly's definitely ramped it up. D White have to find. I mean, it's gotta level out. I think he only shot or had 6 points. Let me see how much. Let's see. So D White he only took 8 shots, 2 for 8, 0 for 4 from the three, 3 assists. D White had a quiet night, 1 board in 36 minutes. So D White definitely know he gotta get more aggressive. But I don't like this. I don't like our balanced scoring. It was all balanced. I mean, it was I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm looking to tell you why in a minute. Is that 28? Okay, 23. So JB was 9 for 23. Played 41 minutes, 22 points, 1 for 4 on the three, 5 boards. They had a decent game, but there was at one point when he made a move in the second half. I think we was up like a little bit, maybe 5 or around there, whatever. And JB like he's forced it for like no reason. Yeah, we was up by a little bit. And I think he tried like take on like 3 Philly players and then we turned over the ball. And then after that, yeah, we were probably up like 7. Cause I was like, come on, JB. Don't come on. The lead is not that much. And like literally after I thought that and said it, that's when Philly like shit got dangerous. But shout out to Philly, bro. Y'all needed to win this game, and y'all did. Joel played freaking phenomenal, and that's what everybody asked for. Reggie, all the commentators. I mean, Tim Legler. Everybody watched Joel. Like Joel, we know you can shoot threes, but you gotta punish people on the paint. And then at the same time, they also said it takes a lot of toll. Like you know what I mean, because being physical down the paint, you bang bodies, falls. Y'all understood me. I said. But that's what he did in the second half, which he needed. So kudos to him. Kudos to him, man. D White gotta get more aggressive, and then 2 things, right? They was playing Michael Jackson. I don't remember if I ever heard them play. They probably played Michael Jackson. I heard. I'm just tripping probably, but they have Michael Jackson, bro. And the freaking opening. I was like, okay, that part right there I had to like rewind it a couple times. I was like, okay, they play Mike. Okay, I seen Harper, Ron Harper Jr. He was not me bounce. So I'm like, what you know about Mike? So I had the vibes. The vibes was good the whole first half. I was actually I wasn't even nervous. I was just watching the game play out. D White took the first 2 shots. He was I think 1 for 2. So I was like, okay, D White gonna get more aggressive. And then like I say, he ended up only taking 8 shots. Was 2 for 8. On a slight Bredgen. Double check 2 for 8, 6 points. So you gotta get more aggressive. We know this, and definitely that's gonna happen. But then I was saying the scoring was kind of I don't like how it was. Then Tatum had 19 shots. House had 7. Kid had 8. I said White had 8. Brown had 23. So that's not balanced. We gotta do better, which we will. A lot of like it could have been, and not even everybody in there. And then, although we lost Jordan, Jordan Walsh. You played an excellent game, bro. Although Maxey was cooking, you did your best, and even when you in there, look for your shot more. And then well, we was playing between the offense. I think we was playing too slow, but we are one of the slowest team, if we're not in the league this year. But Jordan, You played good. You played your minutes. You played. Let me see how much minutes you played, Jordan. Let me see. Jordan played 16 minutes. Was 0 for 2 from the field, 1 point from the line, 3 boards, 2 assists. But he had, to me, although he only shot the ball 2 times, but those 16 minutes was very impactful. Gaza came in. He only played a couple minutes, but he did his thing. Be Shy came in. He Be Shy. He stayed aggressive. He only had nine minutes though. 3 points, 1 for 2. Two. Well, 1 for 2 from the three because he only shot 2 threes. Made one. Pritch had 26 minutes. Shot the ball 10 times. So he kind of on balance. So maybe you have to move faster, play fast, I should say, or try to play faster. P had, like I said, P had played 26 minutes, had 12 points, 5 for 9, 1 for 5. So he gonna be better. 1 for 5 from the three. I say those shots we wasn't in rhythm. I said credit to Philly because they did what they had to do to extend their misery. So beat y'all in Philly. That's the time I'm on. And I hope that's the time the Celtics on. I said, even going forward, we dropped 2 at home in the first round. I don't like that. Philly. Well, that's how we kind of play at home. This is a new team, so every year is different, and we're younger. But going forward, we have to take care of home court. Everybody got to take care of home court, but we got to take care of the court garden, especially if it plays out. We play the next round, the next game, the next play today, and we're not taught to score. I mean, I used to be on the second shift waiting to watch the game when I come home, and people notice because I tell people this, and always one person want to be silly, and then people don't even be watching basketball or whatever. Mostly basketball. The Giants, I haven't really paid attention to them, although I watch them more. Not last season that just ended, but the season prior. People like, oh, like I tell y'all, do not tell me to score. I have it on DVR, so I'm not gonna talk the game for them. But Spurs played, finished watching that game there, and then we lost today. So going forward, we gotta take it home. Gotta start playing better in the third quarters. But my panic, I'm not even panicky right now because the only week, excuse me, I expect to win Game 5. I wanted to win today's game, but I expect the Philly to definitely play better, play more feisty or whatever. Then the refs and Tatum today. Yeah, Tatum was heated. When does Tatum go to the line, especially in a pressure situation? I missed 2 free throws, and we needed them too. Yeah, we was probably down by like 10, maybe 8. Tatum was frustrated tonight. I hope he's okay because he got taken out of the game one time to deal with a cut, and then there was some foul, and he was there like heated, like pointing it to his hand. I mean, like before he went out. Then after that, that's when he got the foul. But I don't mind us taking the Stars taking 23, or 19 and 23, but we only as a team took 89 shots. That's saying then it's the playoffs, so it slows down. But if we only take 89, we have to distribute more, in my opinion. And then one thing I was I was happy with, although we lost. We didn't try to compensate by over trying to like take too much threes in the second half. Although we was down, they tied it up. Man, one thing too, we should probably have not lost this game if we was doing what we were supposed to do. Because we was up 12 or 13 at one point, although it was early in this third quarter. And then after that, maybe it was when Jalen made that move. Then I wasn't too worried, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Probably wrong them time there. But we was up 13. One thing I said, and I've been saying it, Phillies, they're the best closeout team in the league this year. Not one of the best. They're the best closeout team. Well, closeout team if the game is close. So I that's one thing. When they got a lead, I'm like, shh, going by their record, and then how we was just missing shots. Maybe if we was not missing so many shots, and then the third game, was it the third game or one of them game there? Maybe the second game when they won in Boston, it was pretty close because I think it was up for a little bit, and then they see, so they did what they supposed to do, and then the other two games, game one, game three was a blowout. So, and then today, we just gotta play more. We gotta play better, and we will. Definitely will. We shot 3 for 22 in the fourth quarter, 11 points. So we'll definitely play better. And then Tatum had 16 boards. So what bad can I say about him? I say he was what, something for 19, 8 for 19. So that's not too bad. 24, 16 boards, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. JB only had 3 turnovers tonight. We took care of the ball a little better, but there was a stretch. It was kind of turning it over. For the game, we had 12. Was it 12? We had 12 turnovers, so that's not bad at all. I think that's the least, or it might be tied for the least turnovers we had this in the series. Because I know the last two games, although we won the last game, we had like 16 turnovers, and we have not one or two, and I believe you're one in taking care of the ball. So we got to get back to that. I said we didn't compensate in the second half by overdoing it on the three. So, we was 11 for 39. Usually when we down, we try to like shoot ourselves back in the game. We didn't do that. We just try to get back in. Although we played sloppy, we try to get back in the traditional way. And not saying we didn't shoot threes, but I said we didn't overcompensate because the three wasn't really falling. And we kind of acknowledge that. And then Embiid is a big person, is a big individual. Pause. This is why I want Tatum, Cater to get this experience playing against him, because this is definitely Embiid, when healthy, half healthy, still one of the best big in the league, number one or two, him and Joker. Big, that's my people's Jokers. You know what I mean? You can't. I'll pick Joker just because he has different intangibles, but you can't go wrong. And then I'm probably saying that because Embiid. Well, Joker been my man's anyway. I'm not gonna pick somebody in Philly, especially we playing against them. It's ridiculous. But Embiid he's an awesome player, bro. That's a there's not even no malice watching Philly, because there's a lot of players on Philly that I think they're pretty good players. Paul George keep on getting 16 points, 18 points. Like Paul George need to cut it out, but not in our expense. You start off the game trying to look for a shot. In the first half, he did some things, and then in the second half, I was kind of worried about him. Like, but I guess he controlled it what he supposed to do. I'm trying to find the stats real quick so I could check it out. I know he had only had 16 points, but is that so? He shot the ball more. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm not gonna kill him. He had 13 shots, 16 points. Wow, he almost had a triple. Had 9 boards, 7 assists, only 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers, but he had 5 fouls. So he probably was, if he wasn't foul trouble, he probably would still been killing. And he had some timely bad fouls on their side for Philly. So probably kept stopping the momentum. So he probably shot more, but every game, bro, he have 16 or 18. I don't have to check the other ones because that's the same thing I was talking about. So the last two prior, he had 18, I think, last game, and then the game before that he had 18, and then I think game one he had 16, right, something like that. So he's averaging around whatever 16, 8, 17 points and playing 43 minutes. And then Joel played 39 minutes. He wasn't on no minute restriction, but at one point he was kind of gassed. And then when Embiid fall, Embiid is, I said he's a big person, bro. Like when he fall, he like if you don't notice where he at, that man could take your whole. I'm not even gonna say nothing. You just gotta be careful when you're around, man. Just like Cater's a big individual, and then Embiid is like bigger than him plus half. To me, I could be exaggerating, but Embiid is big as hell. Like I said, let's say if he works in the paint when he's healthy, he's Embiid is unstoppable, bro. To thank gosh he's unhealthy, and not saying I'm just saying because the series not wishing healthiness from him because he was hurt before he got in the playoffs, but he's always hurt before the playoffs, right? During the playoffs. Not wishing nothing bad on him. It's just I'm just speaking the fackaroonies. But he's an incredible player, and he proved it tonight. Second half, he stopped shooting threes, was doing the damn thing in the paint, and he shot 5 threes tonight. So he shot 4 threes in the first, one in the second half. That's what he's supposed to do. Shot the ball 23 times, was 12 for 23. That's great numbers. 33 points. And you could tell he's still injured because he only had 4 boards, but he ain't had no lift because he was at least one putback or maybe two. He got the ball and you could see like Embiid really had no lift before, but now he's injured. It's just tough. I imagine it's tough being a Philly fan like right now because you see the potential. Man, it's frustrating. And then we had the frustration too because we had KP. KP is unstoppable, but he's another player that, especially last year, hopefully it could change going forward in his career. But for the last couple seasons, he been on and off. Then when he's hurt, he be coming back. It's just been tough, bro. Especially what he been dealing with us, and then he left and got it back again. The respiratory problem. I don't know if I the right thing I said, but you know what he been dealing with. Came back in Golden State, then he was out for Atlanta. So I'm wishing health for everybody. I don't wish bad health. You see, we had to deal with it this year with Tatum out. And then I said when KP was there, he missed so much time, so we couldn't get a rhythm with him. That's like another reason why I'm not like worried about Philly. Just it's a rhythm aspect. I'm thinking about not saying like Philly trash or anything like that. Nah, I said that. I'm just looking at like if he play like this going forward. Mm, mm, I think this is the second time we didn't reach 100. And I said we're not taking nothing from Philly. Philly did what they supposed to do in the second half. Definitely. I said we was up 7, got up 13. They walked it down, got it up to like 17. I think it was their highest score or lead. So kudos to Philly. Went back in the locker room. I said and did what they supposed to do. But from the start of the game, because those 23 came like at the end. Because for a minute we was like stuck at some number and was not moving from it. Then we had a little spurt. Both team had a little spurt, whatever. And then both team wasn't even shooting that great in the first half from three, whatever. Philly did what they supposed to do. Quentin Grimes, I'll be wondering why he don't play more. Like it be puzzling me. And then we getting cooked sometimes on defense, which is it's kind of surprising because Quentin Grimes is known for defense. But 24 minutes, he had 18 points, was 5 for 8, 4 for 7 from three. So Quentin Grimes was knocking them things down. 2 boards, only 1 turnovers in 24 minutes. Huh? So I was wondering because he only played like sparingly last game, and I was like, I'd just be wondering like when a team is down, and I'm not trying to like. This is what my team like. If the rhythm is off, he'll sub somebody out because that's what That's why we have such a fluid lineup. Y'all know what I mean. So just y'all know. Wow, stop. I'm grown, man. I shouldn't be pausing shit. But we was doing this before. You don't even know how long we was doing it before it was even a pause game. That's what it's just when it's that's why it's so instinctual. Because literally, and then it's if you I don't know how like the island peoples I hang with, and then we was getting like older when like I met all the different island folks. But hanging with just with like Jamaican peoples, because I be hanging with like so much different peoples, like Jamaican peoples. Then I hang with another set of folks, and then they mix with Jamaicans and Bajans and Africans. But now there's no Trini in our crew, and I said Bajan and Barbados. So we got a live crew. But I said we was a little older, but we kind of did. We was like teenagers, right? Getting older teenagers. But we know some of y'all had friends then we still did that when we was younger men, whatever. So it's just instinctual. So, not trying to follow the trend. It's just like pop back in and it's just then I'll be watching what is it? It is what it is. I'll be watching that every day. So, it just is something stuck in my brain. Even when I'll be watching other stuff, I'll be people be doing it all over the place, bro. Like so it's instinctual for me to say it. Even though I'll be trying not to say it. I said Philly had 28. I'm just looking over again. Philly had 28 in the fourth. And I said between 28 and lower, because I'm always expecting us to get between 28 and more in a quarter. Between 26 and 30. That's what I'm expecting us to get and to hold them to 25 and under. 28 is not too bad, but having 11 is like, whoo, is that 35 though? The whole second half, like I said, it wasn't our game. And while I'm not worried, and I probably keep saying it because we had a the whole game wasn't really, like I said, it wasn't fluid. It was in a fluid state of mind because we was missing shots. We was just missing shots. We wasn't in no rhythm. Like I said, the distribution was kind of off. Only guys taking like just 6 shots, and then it's only Peyton, Jalen and Tatum, the only ones in double figures for shot percentage. So we gotta balance it out, and I'm sure we will. But only taking 89 shots for the whole game. We need to take care of that. Just gotta sleep this off. I said Tatum was pretty pissed off. I ain't seen no post interviews of them, whatever. I'm gonna try to get this together while I was watching a little bit of the Spurs game. But I ain't really got too much to talk about. It's more. I said I'm not too worried. How y'all feel, Celtics? I know some Celtics fans be panicking, like, man, just one game, guys. If it takes seven, it takes seven. We're gonna be tired. Hopefully not. But if it takes seven, it takes seven. Whatever number it takes to get through the series. That's what we have to do. Hopefully we could take care of it next game. But at the same time, like I said, Philly did what they had to do. Joel, Maxey, although I said Paul George was aggressive, so I'm assuming it was foul trouble that kept him like just shooting 13. But he been averaging 16, so I don't know. I'm trying to give him a way out, but I do think he would have shot more. But he was in foul trouble. Had five, five. Can't even talk. I can't talk anyway, but I can't even talk now. I'm just looking for Paul George to check something out. Oh, yep. He had 5 fouls, but like I say, he almost had a triple dub, 9 assists. But he played 43 minutes still. Although he had 5 fouls, so the game is 48 minutes. So I'm not even gonna say the foul. Looking at this now, rethinking it. If he played 43 minutes, we got up more shots, whatever. But then he was doing what he supposed to do, distributing, grabbing boards. I just want to see if he have any blocks. I had 2 steals. Uh-huh. I ain't. I had to on your phone you gotta put add stats. So I even go down to other stats, whatever. But I don't know. Should I? I'll check something real quick. I just want to check something. Like I said, we shot 80. We only shot the ball 80, but then I only looked at us. Philly only shot the ball 78 times. We shot the ball more than Philly. Like I said, we have 36 of 80. My whole brain was like like a freaking sneaker. A sneaker lace shoelace. We made 36 shots, but we only shot the ball 89 times. Forgive me. I had to get it together in my brain before I do. And then I said Philly made only 3 more shots than us. And I said Philly did great. Philly made 39 shots. We made 36. But they only shot it 78 times. We shot it 89. But they shot it at a 50% clip. Clippy clip. We only shot 40% tonight. That will get better. Philly outshot us from 3. They shot more threes. They made 15, shot 42. We made 11, shot 39. Only 28%. That would be much better next game. And like I said, kudos to us. Although, it's only in the series where I'm like, why are we shooting so much threes? I didn't like that. But for the fact we wasn't trying to shoot this much threes, so and I said we was trying to get back in the game the right way. So, and then this is mad skewed. This is real skewed because the first half we wasn't getting no calls, bro. No calls. It ended up being even in the fouls, free throws taken. We both shot 23, but then again, Philly made 20. We was bad from the line. 14 made. But then freebies, so we only shot 61%. Philly did amazing, 89%. We out rebounded them. Only by 2 though. We had 49 boards, they had 47. this we should have been home grabbing 15, grabbing 15 offensive boards to the 5. We just couldn't make no shots tonight. And then I said we had 18 assists in the first half. Ended the game with 25. So we had 7, something like that in the second half. Don't quote my math. I just did that real fast. So something like that. So we definitely, if we only had 7 assists or whatever, 7 or 8 assists in the second half, that's definitely not enough. So we got to get better. Philly had 24 for the game. I'm not sure what they had in the first half though, but we sure started off good though. First half, I said I was proud and I was shocked when they said we had 18 assists in the first half, because we usually end the game for the series around, and we're one of the lower assist teams, but for the series we've been around 24, around there, 24 and up. So to end the game with 25 is good, but not if you had 18 in the first half. Their turnovers was, wasn't too bad. 12 to their 10. Not too bad. Steals, we had 6, they had 5. We had no blocks tonight. That's crazy. That's wow. We usually at least have like 4, 5, 6. We had no blocks tonight. That's like wow. Philly had 3. And then look at this. We had more fast break points. In the paint, like I said, Joel did his thing, but like I said, I thought we had more points. We didn't too much. We had 40 points in the paint to the 38. I said they did have the biggest lead, which was in the second half, 17-point lead. And our biggest lead in the second half was 13. Couldn't extend it, but it's okay. Next game. We still got 2 more games to get right. Hopefully. Excuse me. Hopefully it only take us 1. I said again, my worried meter is just because it's a team. So I'm not gonna be worried until we lose the next game. If we lose the next game, I should say. Game 7, it could go anywhere. We at home, could have a bad shooting game, half, whatever. I don't expect it to going forward. That's why I was like, get it out now, man. Get it out in the first round. Get all those bad shooting quarters, all that stuff. Get that shit out of the way. Like I said, 11 points. That's our lowest all season. So we don't do that. We haven't done that this whole season. So to do it in the playoffs, was it Philly's defense? Or was it us just missing shots? Or was it a combination of both? Probably was a combination of both, but Philly's definitely I said the first half, the refs wasn't no factor like that in today game. I'm not even saying nothing about the refs and Kata. Tatum was just getting frustrated because he didn't get a couple calls, so that kind of like threw him off his thing. So that's another thing. He'll be very focused. Tatum will be very locked in next game. Although to get 16 boards, was locked in. But I really got nothing more to say, but wanna have a good night. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend if y'all like basketball. It's the playoffs. And one thing, I be going to other basketball, every place usually, because I be on YouTube. As I usually literally just pay for YouTube TV just to watch the Celtics and other basketball or sports, whatever. But I'll be watching YouTube mostly all day, listening to music, watching other pods or whatever. I'll be on YouTube. And I forgot my thought. My thought be on YouTube was something about YouTube. If I remember, I'm gonna come back like 30 seconds. Like I remembered this was what it was. I'm trying to buy time so I can pop in my head. But that's it, folks. Enjoy the rest of the night. And Celtics fan, don't fret. I know so I was saying something about I'm not gonna be panicky if until till game six complete. If we lose that game, then I'll be like, oh no. This is not good. This is not the way it's supposed to go. But I'm not worried. Philly played a great game. And then we shot bad. Combination. Next game is Saturday. I'm not sure the time. But hopefully I get back. Or I'm sorry, next game is Thursday. I'm already thinking about game seven. Game seven is Saturday. Next game is Thursday. I'm not sure the time. I think it's 7 though. But I'm not sure. But till then, y'all be safe. Y'all be easy. Enjoy the rest of the night. Deuces.